This episode, we learned that Drew hates everything.
I hate it all.
I'm cold.
And he's cold for this cold open.
Well, let me cut a tauntaun open and shove you up in. I should have said, let me cut Caleb open and shove you in.
We don't want to cut Caleb open. We like Caleb.
Gellman!
Hey, though we do have a special guest, so Steph, we could cut her open.
Boogada.
We cover chapter 7 of the Book of Boba Fett. We talk Ray Stevens and Ray Stevenson, Obi-Wan's, and Obi-2's, and other things. And again, Drew hates everything, so it's another normal episode of Mando Monday.
If you'd like copies of the notes, just send a self-addressed stamped envelope to the Mopcast Network.
206 Night. I don't even know where my address is.
And I will literally send you a handwritten rant.
We will read on the air.
But you have to include postage because I am cheap.
That's what self-esteem.
Yeah, that's
Just making sure they know. Some kids don't use postage. They email it. Don't email me. I'm not going to respond to an email. I can't handwrite an email. I type it. No, it's got to be handwritten so it looks a little bit crazy.
Can I handwrite it and then scan it and then email it?
Equally fair.
When did the cold open become longer than the episode?
You're listening to the Mopcast Network.
Welcome to My Star Wars Life, a look at news, reviews, and other happenings from a galaxy far, far away. Here are your hosts, Scotty and JD.
It's Mando Monday! I was the one you'd commit. You did.
Oh, yeah, I'm in.
I mean, you go one way, I'll go the other. Because that's today.
That's
Again.
that's every episode of
But I'm
Mando
not
Monday.
mad about Luke this time.
Well, no, because he wasn't there. You're not mad he sent R2 and didn't deliver him himself?
Let me roll into that in a second, sir.
Because you can't have it both. Because if Lucas... Never mind. Hey, Scotty, how are you? How's your week been?
I'm your Native American pop culture spirit guide, Scotty, and I'm joined by our Jedi Master.
JD, hello.
And the dent on Boba Fett's crotch, and the Larry David of Tatooine.
And the man that puts men in Mendos.
The man who puts men in Mentos.
And Shmi.
It's me. Co-host himself.
It's Shmi. I'm just going to stick with that for
You've
now.
got more names than Rey Skywalker.
Oh. That's doubly painful.
And we have Padawan Gellman producing, along with the Lady of Libations.
Hi.
Who's crashing this episode, which is good.
Hi, guys.
Hello there. It's good to hello there. It's good to have you both there. You want to rate us happily? That would be great on the podcasts.
What was
It's
that?
on my side this time.
No, there's not
No,
even
that's a subscribe.
That's a subscribe.
It's right here.
No, the subscribe follows
Stop
my
moving!
finger.
Because you know what? It's going to sit right there when it gets there. That's
what I said, right here.
We're not even at that part yet.
Then why'd you tell him to subscribe? That's over down
No,
here,
he said
right?
rate.
Okay. If you'd like to rate and subscribe to our podcast, you can do it on any fine podcast app. We suggest Apple, Google, whatever, and just rate us. That helps out. If you want to follow us on Facebook, call us at facebook.com/MyStarWarsLife now. If you want to watch us on YouTube, you can subscribe at Mobcast, youtube.com/Mobcast Network. Are you throwing gang signs? What are you
I could, but then half of us get canceled.
What happened to the other half?
Don't get canceled?
They don't get canceled?
I thought maybe you were implying they get murdered.
That was the implication.
Oh, got it.
We're going to be at Pensacon this coming weekend on February 17th.
Sure.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't know what today is.
The 13th.
So,
14th?
So, yeah, 17th.
13th.
Yeah, so 17th. That's a Friday.
today is technically
18th.
It's 18th,
18th.
19th, and 20th.
Thank you. That's why I have the Lady Libations with us.
Today or today that it's airing? Because today that it's airing, Happy Valentine's Day.
It is Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
today it's airing.
that's true. Yeah.
So this Friday we're going to be doing hashtag our pop culture game show that JD is going to be a competitor in. And
I thought you were going to say champion in.
I
That's
am.
all right.
I'm defending for the third time.
By 1 point.
Hey, it doesn't matter if you win by an inch or
1
mile.
point.
Winning's winning. I can't do Vin Diesel.
Whatever.
She could,
Whatever.
but I can't.
Always a tough opponent.
Wow.
1 point.
It's a win. It's W.
I'm hosting. Steph's going to be helping out. It's going to be really, really fun. And then on Saturday the 19th at 6:30, we're going to be doing Cult Movie Cantina Live, where we're going to do The Beastmaster.
I like that movie. Mark Singer is one of my favorite actors.
Mark Singer's going to be
Mark
at
Singer.
Pensacon.
Please
so
get me him to sign. Have him sign a sock for me.
just a sock.
He'll know what it means.
Okay. I'll forget sock. I'll be like,
Don't do it.
Drew wants you to sign
a
this?
fresh sock or like a crusty sock?
Doesn't matter.
I'm going to take my sock off and just say sign it.
If you come back with
If
a
you
Mark
give
Singer
Mark's-
signed sock,
If he gets a sock off your foot fresh, he might be like, I'm free and leave Pensacon. He might be like Dobby. I don't know. He'd be like, I'm out.
Free.
Sweet, I'm still getting paid. Peace. Come on, ferret.
that was the last
Singer
time.
is free.
And then he takes his ferret and they go.
I'm surprised you knew that.
I've seen like all 28 of them.
But he's only in one.
Doesn't mean I haven't seen the other ones.
Tubi has the V, the series, not the mini series, but the
Yeah.
actual series, and I've been watching that.
Oh yeah.
And it's just
So
It doesn't make a lot of sense.
God no, it doesn't.
so V
but it was
my
scary when I was a kid.
It
first
was.
experience of watching TV and getting a little like
Oh, it
the
terrified me.
dude was like
Yeah.
and just ripped his face off
Oh.
and I was like, whoa.
The lizard. The
'Cause I
lizard.
was what it came out in, what, 84?
84.
Yeah.
So I was 6, 7.
Yeah. Yeah, it was terrifying.
Yeah.
So you and I
You
were
were a baby.
Yeah, we were same age, and so like
It was a miniseries first, though, right?
it was 2 miniseries. It was
Yeah.
V and V the Final Battle, and the thing about V the Final Battle was, she gives one of the characters gives birth to a half human, half alien.
Oh, it terrified
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, it scared the shit out of me as a kid.
Apparently, maybe that's why I have an issue with birthing scenes because Jaws, no problem. But have you ever seen Orca?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Like I can't. Like
Yeah.
that was way worse.
And I'll share this photo with everybody. So I was scared of this as a, like screaming as a child, and then now look at it, and it was this.
yeah,
Yeah. I'm kind of ashamed.
that was
of my-
realistic in the '80s. Is all I'm saying.
That, and then the little human girl had the lizard tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so there's that.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
So I'm now in the part of the series where
That actually looks like the Trandoshans from. They look really bad in this show.
I'm now part in V where they
Yes.
decided they were going to write off the little girl, and so they age her up. So she's been in her cocoon, and now she's all 16 or whatever. See, they say she's 16. She's like 35.
Oh, yeah, sure. I actually liked the remake.
I did too,
It was good,
It was
and it was
a-
interesting.
and it was going somewhere, and then they canceled it.
And then they because
Mark Singer shows up, and you're like, hell yeah, we're gonna cancel. That's
Yeah.
what's gonna happen.
and it was and the cast was really good. It was an interesting sci-fi show.
It was
Much like Earth 2.
But that's sci-fi's MO though, right?
Right.
It's like, oh, that was cool.
No, this was NBC again, wasn't
ABC.
it? ABC.
Was it?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
ABC for you.
ABC and Kenneth Johnson announced 2 years ago, I guess at the last San Diego Comic-Con when they had before the pandemic, that he was en route to do a film, and then
Oh,
the world stopped. So, but we're not here to talk about V, even though I would all freaking day.
Join us on our next podcast, the V-Cast.
It is Mando Monday,
That
so
sounds like something that like
Oh,
young
yes.
Christians would only listen to after they make a pact.
we're only going to listen to the V-cast.
Wow. And
We're only going to
cancel number one
We're going to drink grape wine. I mean grape juice.
and eat some Jeez-Its.
And eat some Jesus and only dry hump. No time. No. Praise him.
Canceled twice.
The Book of Boba Fett, Chapter 7, In the Name of Honor. Directed by Robert Rodriguez. Written by
I'm sorry.
John. You all right?
It's a compulsion.
A little
now.
gassy there?
It's a little compulsion at this point.
Written by John Favreau. No sound effects.
No. But now I have a question. Rob. Ryan Johnson.
I have a comment on that. It's going to shock the. I am about to shock the world.
So Ryan Johnson, then.
I'm not admitting that.
I think you got him. Caleb's a little excited now. I don't.
No, I'm intrigued.
Do not pan the
I'm
camera.
I'm
Do not pan the camera.
I am intrigued.
Got a little ebony there, a little wood, mahogany.
Oh my God, that's my new favorite thing.
Oh, you not seen that?
No.
John Carpenter's Vampires.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Oh yeah, the whole bit about like he's. When
I've seen that movie.
When the
It's
priests
very
kill the
disappointing.
vampires, and then James Woods is like, "Hey, get you a little heart, a little mahogany."
That's
A little
fantastic.
ebony. Yeah, so yeah. All right, it stars. Everyone is back. Everyone is back. However, I will not point out who I did not point out last episode. Charisma Chandel as Joe.
Who?
Exactly.
Is that the mod?
Oh no, that's the what's Joan Jett.
Yeah, she's
That's
the,
what I named her.
She's the desert rat who.
Oh no, never mind.
She's the desert rat who goes on with.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I
Come on.
shoot things in the desert at long
Yeah.
distances. Shooting them up close will be easy.
I figured she had a few lines. I would yeah. I apologize. This synopsis is longer than normal because there's a lot going on. So let's just get to it. Act 1. And back to our main story. Inside the bombed-out sanctuary, Boba Fett and his crew are trying to figure out what to do. They're outmanned, outgunned, and maybe the reinforcements from Freetown are coming, but who knows? Fett, in his infinite wisdom, as a good and wise leader, wants to hide in his palace, but the mods are staying to protect the people of Mos Espa. If Fett's going to be the daimyo of Mos Espa, he's got to stick around. He agrees. Cad Bane goes to talk to the Pikes and find out it was they, not the Nikto Swoop gang, that killed Fett's Tuskens. So no freedom, no Freetown, no Tusken backup. Fett is doomed, and it's time for Bane to deliver that message. Red 5 flies to Tatooine and lands at
Best cameo.
at
I love Red 5.
at Pelimato's hangar, which has to be the only spot to land on this planet. The hatch opens, and in a moment where we hear the podcast was thought that Drew was going to quit the Star Wars forever, we watch with bated breath. But to our surprise, it's just Grogu, who has chosen his mithril armor and the ways of the Mandalore.
Coincidentally, I received multiple messages like, "Glad you didn't quit."
R2 was piloting the X-Wing. Peli grabs Grogu, and well, that's that. The group is split up. The mods will watch the Aqualish territory. The two Gamorreans will check out the Clantunians. Black Kirsan will watch the Trandoshan territories, which I think is a terrible idea. The idea is that before the Pikes can move, they'll know what's going on. Or will they? Except they don't, because meanwhile, 8D8 informs Lord Fett that he has a visitor outside. Act 2. Cad Bane is here to negotiate for the Pikes. Fett's not interested. Bane lets loose some hard truth. He visited Vance, so there is no reinforcements from Freetown. Oh, and the Pikes killed your buddies. Bane tries to goad Fett into a duel, but luckily the best conciliary, Fennec, is there to help clear things up. No deal. So this is where things go south. Remember back in like episode 3 when Fett negotiated a peace with the other families? Yeah, well, neither do they. So they start attacking. The mods, Black Kirsan, the Gamorreans in their respective areas. The mods are pinned down. The Wookiee is swamped by Trandoshans. And the Clantunians prove that even in Star Wars universes, even in the Star Wars universe, pigs do not fly. Sorry, Melch.
Who's Melch?
Deep cut for Rebels.
I don't get that one.
He was a little pig guy they threw.
Yeah.
No?
And then Hondo says...
Hondo's
Oh,
big.
well, when they're doing the
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
and
okay.
Hondo's like, oh, they can fly.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, Hondo, they can't. Fennec suggests that she takes out the leadership, leaving Fett and the Mando to defend the sanctuary. She goes off to rescue the mods. Fett and Mando have a discussion. If Mando's staying, he is. Running would be against the creed. This is the way. Which is the best line in the entire show.
Which to Boba goes, yeah, okay. Basically.
No, and then he goes, good, I'm glad you're staying.
Yeah, it's like the one time he's okay with it.
There weigh some options, which all look dire to the mayor's majordomo, who they still have as a captive in the back, offers to negotiate on the Fett's behalf. The daimyo accepts and sends the Twi'lek out on with terms. So yeah, those terms, not great. It's more of a threat and a wonderful distraction to lead Fett and Mando's surprise attack in the air, where they slaughter many pikes, and then go to ground. Why go to ground when you have air superiority? Much like most of this season, nothing makes sense. More pikes come, more blasters get fired. Fett and Mando are basically gunned down. Their armor keeping them alive until a space wagon full of Freetown people come in to save the day. Hooray! Then the mods show up to help, and then Black Chrysanthemum shows up wounded. Fett has to help him, but look, half a Wookiee is better than no Wookiee. Fett does promise the Wookiee to soak in the back to tank, and I have questions about that, but moving on. The Pikes leave, and a Scorponok's droid with ray shields show up, and it gets ugly. Hey, look, it's ray shields, and nothing's going to get that through that. No blasters, no Darksaber, not even Fett's Kenner missile. How?
Well done. I took a second. I was like, is that what it's called? Oh!
However, it doesn't stop the group from shooting them for the rest of the episode. There's a definition of insanity. Keep doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. Fett and Mando try to keep the droids from the townspeople who are escaping, and Fett runs off to get the one last friend he's got to save the day. Sadly, it's not Dengar. So Mando's fighting a Scorponok's droid one-on-one, and that doesn't go well. He has to go running away, where he runs into Pelimano on a rickshaw piloted by a droid. She brought Grogu, and the two are reunited in the worst possible way. They're happy to see each other. It's a touching moment, but there's a death droid chasing them. Cue to explosion, and they go flying in the air and crash. Peli loses a tooth. And just before it's lights out for our heroes, Fett returns with his last remaining friend, a Rancor. Act 3. Fett's riding the Rancor and shooting the Scorponok's droid, and the beast starts smashing it, weakening its shields. Mando comes with the Darksaber, tries to help out. So the Rancor has seen Dune and knows that the slow blade penetrates the shield and gets his claws in through the shield. Mando's seen that movie too and slips in his Darksaber to damage the bot. Down but not out, the Scorponok's Darks tries to kill Mando, but Grogu uses the Force, takes an important part, and screws up the droid, saving it for the Rancor and Fett to finish off. Rancor splits the machine apart. Now on to the second one, which has the mods and the people of Freetown pinned down.
Fett, the strongest wall ever made.
Fett arrives in time with a Rancor, and we're all smashy, shooty, round 2. Except the droid 2 seems to have the upper hand. Rancor keeps throwing it around, and the droid keeps coming until the Rancor finally rips off his gun's arms and smashes the sensor. It then goes to finish off the Pikes. Yep, he's going to eat some. The Pikes run around, and the heroes give chase. Cad Bane shows up. He's not intimidated by no Rancor. He shoots it with a flamethrower, and the Rancor is all fire bad! Bucks Fett and goes smashing through the city. Fett and Bane banter and duel. And Bane is still faster than Fett, but in the end loses out to a gaffy stick to the chest. And that's all she wrote of Cad Bane until he shows up in another show. Oh yeah, Wild Rancor. Smashes through the city. It tries to eat the Mando, who is attempting to calm it down. Nothing is working until Grogu shows up, holds out his hand, and is all, "Hey, big guy, the twin suns are getting low." It works. Rancor takes a nap, and Grogu snuggles close to him for the next Funko Pop that we'll see in Q3 2022.
Oh my god!
Oh yeah, Fennec. She kills the Pike leadership and the heads of the Mos Eisley families and the mayor, like a convenient one-stop ending of The Godfather. So, sometime after the city is rebuilding, Fett is treated well by the townspeople. Everything is going well. He's in charge now, and they love him. He and Fennec meet up with the mods and the Black Kirsten, and everyone's very happy. And a very happy, "We did it" shot. Oh yeah, Mando and Grogu zoom in space. Starfighter go fast. Credits. Mid-credits. Hey, look, it's Thundercat. And hey, that's Cobb Vanth in a back to tank. Credits.
I kind of hoped there was a third one.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, that's all.
No, he's going to be really fast with that new arm, though.
A lot to unpack. Who wants to start?
Let me just start with a question. This is for everybody.
Okay.
Even the viewers at home. So my question is to everyone, please answer individually. We'll start with Scotty, then we'll go JD, we'll go to Stephanie, and we'll go to finally over to Mr. Caleb. Do you like sprinkles, yes or no?
Yes.
Sprinkles.
On?
Yes or no?
No,
No, just, do you like sprinkles?
Sure.
Caleb? Or Stephanie, I'm sorry. Stephanie, sprinkles?
Absolutely.
Caleb?
Yes.
Okay. Do you like sprinkles on food? Just everybody together, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
You don't like sprinkles on food?
Where would you just like straight up sprinkles?
No, I don't like you're being too general.
I'm about to get to a point.
Yeah, he's getting it, boy.
Star Wars, this episode to me was sprinkles. This entire show was sprinkles on a turd. That's what it was. So everybody likes sprinkles. We all do. I like sprinkles. But But the reality is, we're eating the sprinkles. That's Luke showing up. That's a cute little Baby Yoda at the end going wee as he zips off into space. Those are all sprinkles. But the reality of it is, the core of what you're actually eating is poop. It's absolute poop. It's rank war poop.
I agree
they-
100%.
But
Circle gets a square.
Jim J. Bullock.
but
We've
it's
done that in a while.
that poop made of eating nothing but chocolate, so
No.
it still tastes okay.
No, it's still poop. It's bile. It's poop. Here's my thing, and I'm going to focus on this episode, and I'm going to... There's one major offense in this. There's two. The first one,
There's 65 major offenses.
there's actually
in this
26.
13
But the
reasons
first
why.
one is they put a fade to black in Star Wars.
And not a cut, dissolve, or
A
whatever.
wipe.
Yeah.
And that is... First off, a fade to black, to me, is as a filmmaker, is highly
When
offensive.
did they put the fade to black? Because
I don't-
Finnick. Finnick leaves, they fade to black.
Okay.
So the issue with that is specifically fade to blacks typically are to close the show.
Right.
Like, you're closing out if you do a long, slow one and then you bring it back up, that's the Peter Jackson effect, which no one likes, the 64-minute ending of Lord of the Rings, whatever the third one was.
The Return of the King.
Return of the King.
And I like that.
Where it keeps ending over and over
I like
again.
every one of those.
Sure.
endings.
But
I
they
was
work
crying like a
'cause
baby in the theater.
They're long fades. This is just a normal TV fade, like credits, like Airwolf style. Why they didn't use a wipe, I have no idea. But that goes into the point of how bad of a director Robert Rodriguez is and should not have touched Star Wars, period, going forward. That's one. Anybody else? I get 26 to go.
Let's go.
So
I will disagree.
Really? You
Yeah.
don't think a wipe would be used there?
No,
Even though that's-
no because
That's canon. Wipes are canon.
okay. It's okay for Star Wars to evolve.
But it's a bad story moment, is what I'm saying.
No, but it ends that story, and so they're moving on to the next story. So if it ends, because I don't remember, so the wife's the one.
She goes up the stairs and it fades black.
After she
And then it
takes
shows
out
them
the
now.
bike.
Now it shows her with them walking among the streets to deliver the dumbest line in Star Wars history.
You should
So-
you should have a fade because it ends the story. The
the
walking.
interstitial is what the tempo was in the beginning of the show.
But you
They
should.
would cut to a shot of Boba's palace.
No, I'm okay with the fade. I'm okay with the fade because it ends the story, and now you're in the epilogue.
But that's part of the problem. So why would you put a fade there when that sequence alone didn't need to be there in terms of
Well,
sequencing?
that's a whole other problem.
Well, I'm putting the easy ones up front.
it sounds like your real problem isn't with Rodriguez, though. It's with Favreau,
No,
who
it's-
wrote it.
No.
It's his
first
story.
off, let's go. Let me do this right now. let me explain how TV works. So, in case you don't know, the showrunner dictates all. Above and beyond Filoni, I promise you, they dictate all of it. The showrunner is given the show to manage the entire. They're the executive producer of the producers. So even over those guys, they have power. Those guys are writing. So here's my. So what you need to understand is when you hire a director for TV, doesn't matter what it is, it's a ceremonial hire because for the most part, the characters already know their beats.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
absolute fact on television, right? Period. But you have one there so that they can bring a little bit of influence and style, which the best person to do that is the person that brings the least amount of style, which is Bryce Dallas Howard, which is what makes her a great storyteller.
Yeah.
Right? Rodriguez brings his style in, which doesn't necessarily match to Star Wars. Why we have a dude doing a spinny shot makes no sense anyway. So we run into that. So the catch is what I believe has actually happened. This entire show was a test from Lucasfilm to see if somebody else besides the only two guys that can clearly tell Star Wars stories correctly could run a show. So they handed it over to their buddy Rodriguez, who managed the show. And if you look at the show as a whole, how piss poorly it's put together, and you watch his directing style of episodes, it goes in line with what happened. I think they gave him a chance to run a show, and he failed at it miserably. So those guys did the right thing and just wrote the episodes accordingly.
But the problem with that theory is because I understand you're talking about traditional television, and this isn't. Typically, in a traditional television, you have a writer's room.
Not always.
Traditionally, you have a writer's room.
Not on minute. What is the
Like,
AdWords?
I-
What's the
I-
advertising show?
What, Mad Men?
No writer's room.
All right, so
Sopranos
typically,
either.
I mean, look, we can banter about this all day, but I can put in a billion shows to your 7 that you're going to name.
I understand, but
But-
look at the popularity of the 7 shows that I can drop on it. There's an auteurism to it.
I understand, but a showrunner is also in control of that room,
Absolutely.
right? And so this showrunner is not in control of that room because
I disagree.
No, because
Nope,
it's Favreau.
it's Favreau.
It's Favreau.
I
he
disagree.
writes every episode except one where he co-writes it with Filoni.
I disagree. I think that was the experiment. I do think they're still the best writers for Star Wars. I think they gave them an opportunity because they're the ones that know the material the best at this point. There's probably other writers out there that could step in and do it. So I think this entire thing's an experiment to give another person outside of those two guys a chance. They have to. What happens if one of those two guys goes off and does another project? Which they could. Not really Filoni, but Favreau.
I got another problem with that theory, though.
Yeah,
Obi-Wan Kenobi, the Kenobi show. That's not them. That's Deborah Chow.
I understand. That's why this one came out first. Look at the issues of Obi-Wan. Did it not have issues?
There are none yet because the show's not out.
No. During production, they've had multiple issues where they've had major rewrite problems.
Yeah,
and they've restructured.
Okay.
So I am right on that. So I'm telling you, I think that's what this was, is an experiment to test it through. It doesn't matter. The context of the show follows Rodriguez's logic lines. If you look at the way his episodes unfold, they're very incoherent. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, of course they are.
Yeah. So the show runs incoherently.
But I think the blame goes to Favreau because I'm not 100% sure that Rodriguez is a showrunner.
Yeah, I think he's
But
showrunner in name only.
I don't think he's showrunner in name only.
I think you've got to get. But that's the credit that we have. He was listed as showrunner.
No, it wasn't. The show.
He's only executive
not
producer.
a credit. They use him as executive. He's an executive producer.
He's listed as showrunner. I looked it up. Look it up.
I don't think so, but I could be wrong.
So the knee rocket was cool while they're looking it up.
Yeah.
And when they first popped out with the from the distraction, and it's the two Mandos coming from the sky, they land to save fuel so they could fly later.
Yeah.
But I'm not worried about that.
Yeah.
When have they ever need to save fuel in a movie except that dumb one?
Because the dumb
Phantom
one
Menace.
exists, we
Phantom
now
Menace.
have to worry about fuel.
Who saves fuel in Phantom Menace?
No, it only exists in the future.
They mentioned the hyperspace drive is leaking.
Does this mean it's fuel?
That's a type of fuel, hyperspace
Anyway,
fuel.
the two of them taking on was a very well choreographed scene.
Absolutely, it was one of my favorites.
Yep.
Co-showrunner on this one note.
Director.
Director and showrunner Robert. This is from Hollywood Reporter. Director and showrunner Robert Rodriguez gives an interview with THR. Rodriguez puts his mark on the Book of Boba Fett.
I'm looking at what his credit is, though, but I don't think his credit's called because there's not a showrunner credit. It's always an executive producer.
I know, but that's the
what
term.
What I just said, and you were like, "No, he's listed as showrunner."
Yeah, but that's the term. There's still an executive producer that runs the show.
I understand.
David
that.
Fury is the one that made 24 good, for example.
Right.
The rest
We're
of 24
arguing about
bombed.
semantics.
Yeah.
Don't be anti-semantic. That'll absolutely get us canceled.
But film sets are run that way because of writers' guilds and union stuff, so it does matter.
It doesn't matter to us. We're not in those things.
Fair enough. Either way,
Can we just start our own?
You're not in any of them, are you?
I'm eligible for
Yeah, I figured
DGA Writers Guild.
Yeah, I figure you're eligible for everything because you were the man.
You know how much it costs to join?
No, but I bet it's a lot.
$10,000
Oh, I got that.
per union.
Good grief.
Here, let me just
Minimum.
cut you a check.
Yeah, right.
Get you money.
We can skip that if you
Can
want
we
to
do
skip
some
it,
more
that's fine.
commercials?
It doesn't matter. I will not accept blaming Favreau and Filoni when there is somebody at the helm based on my industry.
I think it was.
I don't blame Filoni.
Filoni.
Filoni co-writes half an episode, shoots an episode, and he's busy in the land of Ahsoka.
I blame Favreau because I think it was
I blame
his project
Favreau
at
and
the end of the
Rodriguez.
day.
I mean,
Well, Rodriguez gets to put his stamp on the show. That's typically, if the showrunner thing is accurate, that's what happens. So let's just.
And I think
go with
I think he puts his stamp on only 2 episodes because the rest of them don't look like his anyway.
Yeah.
And doesn't look like the
I
whole
would
show
say-
should have had
I
a
would-
feel for it, and 2
Yeah.
episodes do.
I would say the
Well,
finale
that's
doesn't even look like
directorial
his
style. It doesn't matter. Why does Fett not go back to the palace?
Because it would look bad for the people.
Because
of
he's
Mos
trying to
Pelgo.
protect the people, so he brings stuff in and destroys the town.
They were going to come destroy the town.
Yeah, they were going to destroy
Yeah,
the
so
town
it's the-
anyway.
They were coming after him. Cad Bane says it. I just rewatched it.
Cad Bane is an incredible source.
No, Cad Bane is trying
They
to
literally are
go.
going after Fett.
No, they're not going after the Fett. They just their whole thing.
And then the mayor says, "Why'd you blow up the town?" The guy's like, "We won't do it anymore."
they were just
Well,
like,
he's lying.
"Hey, we just wanted the spice to run through here." And Fett's like, "No," and they're like, "All right."
So if
that's
they
the-
destroy the town, what do they destroy?
Not the source of the spice.
Who needs spice?
Offworlders.
Well, then why bring it to Tatooine? Is it harvested on Tatooine? Is it literally Dune?
they don't.
So you probably need people to consume
Right.
spice.
Yes.
So if you kill all of the town, then you have no people to consume spice. I'm just pointing out, like, if Fett is, they have an opportunity here to have Fett go back to his palace, draw the fire there, which would make sense and make for a much better show. Why did we never go back to the palace in 3 episodes?
I have a whole
You don't
reason
want,
why you want to.
you
do
don't
this.
want the frog to be collateral damage.
Why would you ride a Rancor when you have a ship?
Because Chekhov's gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chekhov's Rancor.
Just let that one
Chekhov's
go.
Rancor.
Chekhov's Rancor.
Why do you put a Wookiee with the trash can? Trandoshan. Sorry, I used to call him trash can.
Because
I
he's
mentioned that
stronger
in
than
my
them.
That
synopsis.
makes no sense.
He's still stronger than them.
It makes no
Animosity.
sense though. If you're looking at a tactical perspective, why would you put him there? It doesn't make any sense.
It's the same thing with Cad Bane and Fett. You know, he trying to go Fett into fighting.
Yeah.
Why you Fett?
Yeah, why would you? He already killed 2 of them.
Right.
Why would you put him there?
Of course, he may have been big and be like, "I'm going there." Like, all right,
Yeah.
guys, he's going there.
Yeah.
How did Luke know where to send Grogu?
Grogu told him where to go.
Yeah.
Grogu told him.
To specifically that lady?
The Force.
No, yeah, he told him exactly.
If the Force can tell him that Han and Leia are in trouble on Bespin, he can be like, "Oh,
yeah,
your dad's on Tatooine."
I'm 100%.
But we're not going to take him to you. We're going to take him to this weird lady that you've met one time.
Because you can't just land in the desert.
Yeah.
Duh. Look what happened to Mando. He got in
In
trouble by the
Mos Espa
deputy.
Spaceport?
Didn't they meet twice? They met twice. Season 1 and season 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've met twice.
She all loves Grogu. Grogu's
Yeah.
a terrible name. I don't.
That was so fan
It's
servicey.
just good. It's good.
I do have to say though, if you're not going to take him yourself, you absolutely sent the right being
Who's
Yeah.
grumpy
He
about
said
it?
to protect
Yeah.
Grogu.
Because R2 will kill
R2
somebody.
is the best rider I ever. And if anybody can, like R2, I bet pilots an X-wing better than anybody else in the galaxy except maybe Luke.
It was funny though when I saw Red 5, I was like, well, Drew's done with Star Wars.
Yeah.
I mean, immediately the
I'm
first
still
thing.
probably pretty much there. I don't enjoy it anymore. It's really tough for me to enjoy this stuff because it's so
Obi-Wan to bring
lazy.
You back. Obi-Wan to bring you back.
Maybe so. It's just so lackadaisical in terms of the writing, and that stuff frustrates me because I don't like Marvel. I could give 2 shits. I think I said this last week. I give 2 shits. I have one fandom aside from mountain biking. I have one fandom, which
Is Michael mountain biking
yeah,
a
because
fan?
downhill. I'm very specific in downhill. So the riders and that very specific part of it. But yes.
You just ride downhill?
The more you know.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was exercise. If you're just like put your legs out like Calvin, going woo down a hill, that's not that bad.
I'll challenge you to ride downhill one time, and you'll be like, "Fuck, I hurt." It's rough.
I used to ski downhill.
Try it on a bike.
I've rolled down a hill once.
Point being is that because there's nothing there, it's just tough for me.
I feel like it would crush my balls
How did the people of Freetown know where to go?
because Mando told Cobb,
He didn't.
and
That he's going to be in that building?
They followed the blaster fire.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, look, there's sounds.
Yeah.
Hey, where do we go?
Hey, I wonder
oh,
where-
look, explosions.
I wonder
Let's
where
go there.
Boba is. Pew, 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 pew. Oh, okay.
Then-
Fire
then-
off in
then-
the distance.
Bad directing note. Then why is there suddenly a crowd? They lead them to a market, and there's a crowd. There's a shot of 2 people that, like shopping, and then they turn and look up, like Godzilla, King Kong style,
Right.
Yeah.
Which is obviously an homage in this. Again, why would you bring a Rancor to destroy the city?
Why wouldn't you?
Well, also,
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's just sprinkles. These
I
are all
mean,
sprinkles.
he
There's no
also-
substance to
he
it.
also
Moss
wasn't
Espa.
there
It's
to-
not like it's Moss Eisley. Who
Right.
But he's
cares?
doing it for the people.
He also
or is he?
He also wasn't there to destroy the city. It was to specifically fight those droids.
Yeah, but who's scared of and respects Boba now? Everybody.
That's the most crime lord thing he did.
That's right.
And then why does he say, "Why do we do this? We're not suited for this"? At the end,
Because it was that line literally
That's
got
meant
me
to be a
because at
joke.
the very beginning he's like, who else could it be? Like episode 1 when he and Fenneker's talking about it, he's like, we should do it because who could do it better? And at the end he's like, oops.
So my problem with the ending though is like
it makes no sense.
you do all of this to
Why do we watch it?
because it's like I got in this thinking that you wanted to be a crime boss. You say I'm going to be the new crime boss, and in the end you're just I'm going to be mayor. I'm like,
Yeah.
And then why didn't she kill? So 2 episodes ago, when they're like, "We need help," right? And I know that the guy hadn't given them the information,
Right.
But they've already been there.
right?
Why didn't they just go kill him?
Yeah, just kill everybody. Just
Why not go 2 episodes ago? Why do we need to hire anybody? And why do you only
didn't-
hire one guy?
If you have Fennec, you don't need anybody.
word. I was like, why?
That's what I'm saying. Why did they
You
not
just
go
go
kill the
hey
Pike
Fennec,
guy?
hey Fennec. You've
I
seen
guess.
Unleashed, right?
My frustrations. They set up great moments, and I'm not opposed. I like seeing them fly around and back on their jet. Backpacks got jets on Boba the Fett's.
Nope.
Coming around the
Now
corner.
you're canceled.
Yeah, no. Coming around the corner. Why didn't the Pikes go to the back of the building? That doesn't matter. I'll let all that stuff slide. Cool to see all the gadgets go. Those are sprinkles. I love all the sprinkles. I'm just saying there's no substance to make the sprinkles worth a shit. They didn't do anything to connect anything, like prevent him from using his ship. Like the Pikes did go to where they happen to know he lives and stop his ship from just a shot. Just if you can cut away to Luke on another planet talking to a little baby Grogu, you can show a shot of the pike. Just little bitty moments like that would have
No,
made a
we
huge
can't
difference.
because we have so much time. We're either going to show Grogu and Luke or
That's
the
right.
bikes, and what sells more toys? Grogu. No one's.
That's why I'm saying it's frustrating.
No one wants a lovable, squeezable pike doll.
And you know where they discovered that? Because there was no merch for Mom and Dad Save the Planet.
Right.
Oh my god.
Amen.
We didn't get a fish person doll. We're not going to get a fish person doll now.
Finishing this series, I understand now why I'm frustrated with it. No, Andy, no. What are you frustrated? with?
I thought that was an
gonna
ellipses.
I was
I'd
gonna
like-
let you go.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
waiting for the
Ominous
participle.
pauses. All right.
I walked in expecting The Godfather. I said that from the beginning of this. I expected The Godfather. The Godfather with Boba Fett would have been cool as shit.
Oh my god, I have the greatest line.
Right. But I didn't get that. What I got was a poorly executed The Magnificent Seven.
Wait. Can I throw my line down?
Of course.
Scotty walked in, as did I, expecting The Godfather. But what we actually got was the Apple Dumpling Gang.
Basically.
It's accurate.
It is accurate.
I
know that
agree.
I've seen that
I
one.
was very frustrated for the same reason because I wanted, gangster show, not a western. I didn't. That's not what I wanted, and it felt like a patchwork, like little snippets of stuff that it just didn't click at all.
I'm okay with it being a western, but I still would like. You can still do that. You can still do your gangster show in a western set. You can totally do that.
Yeah.
They chose not to. Rodriguez wanted to make the Magnificent Seven. Yes, I understand that there's the Seventh Samurai out there, and that's the first one. But this is a western movie, and I'm specifically
Yeah.
calling out the
I
western
gotcha.
film. I know you guys got. But make sure the fans out there are like, no, but for actually,
Which one? The Chris Pratt one? The TV show with Michael Bean?
Chris Pratt, absolutely.
all of them. We'll just put them all. Put them all.
So I agree with
Sad
this
D'Onofrio.
disappointment of the gangster film. I wanted the gangster show as well.
In the show.
I did want that, and I do think this is the weakest Star Wars show we've gotten. But
Oh, holy shit!
but
Hold on.
Oh, there it was. The Finnick knife in the back with the butt.
but I still enjoyed it for what it ended up being.
Really? How? What was it?
Because he likes Star Wars, and
I know, but I like
and
Star Wars too,
and
but what
that's
was it?
where
That's like
my
liking
argument-
sprinkles over the food.
And that's where my argument from last week still holds water for me, maybe not for y'all.
No, sure.
But for me is the season was weird. It was weirdly paced, weirdly constructed. But in the overall Star Wars story, it gave us a lot. And I realized after watching this last one, it absolutely is making people that didn't watch Clone Wars and Rebels go back and watch Clone Wars and Rebels.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I think these
Because
shows
they're
are
going
for
to be
the
like,
casual fans.
who's this CAD guy? Why is he talking to Boba like he knows him? Oh, go watch Clone Wars. Oh.
Yeah.
Like it's designed for maybe not necessarily toys, although toys will
hold
be
on,
a
I
thing.
can solve this problem. Hey, Steph, go watch Clone Wars.
You want to watch a cartoon?
Okay.
Oh, she was.
See?
You'll watch a cartoon, really? Just to know who Cad Bane was? The blue guy?
I will watch. I've seen some of Clone Wars. I've been going back and trying to watch that. I don't mind Clone
She
Wars.
used to didn't like the animation.
I don't care
I-
for Rebels as much, and it's not the storyline. I think the storyline.
No,
is
we
great.
try to
It's
get a
the
rep-
animation bothers me.
Which I think
because
the
it's
animation-
geared
Most
towards,
people.
like little kids.
the animation's better in Rebels than it is in Clone Wars.
I've noticed that Star Wars animation, the first couple seasons are always rough, and then as they learn
Oh,
the
yeah, absolutely.
animation, that technique they're
Wait.
using, it gets better.
Wait, you mean Resistance gets better?
I think
Nope.
season
He
2.
likes Resistance too.
I like season 2 of Resistance better.
Oh, my dear
This-
God.
Season 1 of Resistance is rough. Season
Where's
2
his
is
off button?
Do you like broccoli?
He runs it. So
You like broccoli?
with cheese.
I knew he was gonna say that. Damn fool!
I
knew
love
you were gonna say
broccoli
that.
straight up.
I know you do, Steph. You're classy. You stay classy. I just don't. No, it goes back to the earned thing for me. Is that nothing that happened in this? Again, I appreciate it. You got little Star Wars moments. It's almost like to me, the entire show is two things. One, it's a series of run-on sentences
Yeah.
that never get finished. And it's modern culture. It's TikTok. You watch for 15 seconds, swipe for the next thing, swipe for the next thing. And I'm still old. I don't give a shit. I'm not cool. I actually want context. That's why, to me, like setting up a story, earning the moment of when a character is revealed, or holding stuff back. Just a simple thing. I thought about it long and hard. Like, okay, cool, let's cut to Luke. Let's do it. Mm-hmm. Let's take, at least from Mando going to whatever planet that was. Did it ever say? I don't know.
Honestly, I would.
Why not show it? Hold on one second,
Okay,
Steph, and I'll let you.
sorry.
I swear I'll let you jump in. Why not, instead of cutting to Grogu and Luke, how much more would you have appreciated? I think the audience would, if they would have saved that for season 3. But you stay Mando's perspective, and they're at a distance where we can't touch it.
Right.
So when Grogu shows up and jumps on Mando, 50 times the emotional value. I swear to God, you'll get it there. And we don't know why it happened, but maybe we get that in season 3. Little things like that, where you earn those beautiful, those sprinkles, would go a long way, as opposed to like swipe to the next one. Swipe to the next one, because I never hear anyone talk about the story that loves the show. They can only bring up moments. Like, I love this moment.
Yeah.
I love this moment. Instead of it being like, as a whole, I enjoyed the concept.
Well, I think we've none of us have ever disagreed that it's all been, even from episode 2 on, we've been like, the pacing's weird. Like, everything was weird from the start, which is why I probably enjoyed 5, 6, and 7, because whether it sticks the landing, but it gave me something to be interested in.
So,
Stephanie had a point.
Yeah.
I interrupted.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just want to say, for me, for a show that is supposed to be about Boba Fett, the Book of Boba Fett, that's a story I wanted. I was disappointed, really disappointed
You
that they
didn't-
put so much of the Mandalorian and
you
so
didn't
much
like
of Grogu
the slow walking
in the
to a
show.
meeting to slow walk to a meeting, Fett?
What?
You didn't like how Fett just slowed walk to a meeting to a slow walk to another meeting?
Well,
How
no,
about if you would've kept it
no,
simple?
I wanted more from
It's okay,
Boba
Daniel.
Fett. Don't
Right,
get me wrong.
absolutely,
I
absolutely.
wanted more from the show, but I did not want it to turn out to be, oh, this is actually just another Mando show.
Well, maybe the overlying issue is with the character. He was always meant to be a tertiary background character.
Well, I would agree with you, except what they gave us to set this up is you go back and watch how awesome that sequence is when he walks
Yeah,
in.
but-
And the tone, like I talked about with the music and the tone, and that we didn't get any of that.
No, but cool. He upgraded from a tertiary to a secondary character. Like, he helps Mando. Did we need him becoming
Now,
a main character?
That's a more interesting question. Why was this made?
So
That's the better
we
question.
did not
it?
need this show.
Because we could have gotten those beats with Mandalorian and Grogu somewhere else without.
Well, don't
the-
we
the
have
chaff.
already have a new Boba Fett? Like, kids don't know the difference.
Right.
Nostalgia is the only thing playing here.
Dads know Boba Fett, kids know Mando.
That's right. You're totally right. I mean,
Yeah.
right?
Well, my wife loves Boba Fett, so my kids know. Like,
Right.
but my kids are nerd weird anyway.
Right.
They're like
I mean,
y'all.
I'm not agreeing that your
on
kids are
when-
nerd weird. I'm
no,
agreeing with you.
Shh. Grayson.
You didn't have to get that camera shot on him because that would have been our next GIF right there.
Grayson is you two at 3:00 in the morning, not even going to bed yet, going, it's on. Right? But with excitement of a 13-year-old, not the scorn of a bitter old man.
Zing.
It just makes him work out harder. Goddamn show, just get on the play.
I rip it.
I want to try to fix it.
I will take it on with you if you want to re-edit it. I think I have a way to do it.
I don't. Again, like I said, I was expecting the Godfather. I got the Magnificent, a poorly version of the Magnificent Seven, and so I just want to pitch something. How now knowing the 7 episodes, how you could have your cake and eat it too. The first thing that has to go is the Back to Tank flashbacks. They have to go.
Just tell it chronologically.
Tell the story chronologically. So your first 2 episodes is Fett.
That's what I said like 4
Right,
years
Yeah,
ago.
no, yeah.
Yeah, is you. It has a strong opening. I love Fett crawling out of the Starlight Pit. You do Fett. You do his story with the Tusken Raiders. You have that tragic end, and then he realizes it's the Pikes doing it, and so to defeat the Pikes, I need to be the new crime boss to have the power to. That gives him the motivation to do it. It's the first 2 episodes. Your 3rd episode is all about Finnick, how he helps Finnick. They rescue the Slave One.
So it's a flashback. Still linear.
No, still linear. Yeah.
Okay.
So he helps Finnick because now I need help, and then you just work it all together. That luckily at the same time, that's when Mando season 1 is happening.
Yep.
He defeats Bib Fortuna, rescues the slave one, but defeats Bib Fortuna, and then he starts building his empire. Right. The next episode, Cobb Vanth. Every episode, you just focus on someone that you're adding another
In the same world.
In the same world,
Totally with you.
You're adding everybody that you're going to need for your last 2
Yeah.
episodes, which is the Magnificent Seven.
Sure.
So
Or
you
the
don't-
Alamo.
You don't do 2 episodes of Mando Grogu. You make it 1 because we don't need a 20-minute.
That's what. Yep.
We don't need a 20-minute
Hot rod scene.
scene. In fact, we really don't need the hot rod scene. We can actually do that later. That could be a post-credit scene. That can be like, hey, look, I got your car ready. Let's do woo, go fast. That's your post-credit scene.
Does he go see Luke?
Yeah, you do
Yeah.
the whole thing. You get Grogu because you got to have Grogu in it because Grogu's got to come save the day. That's what he was there for. He was there to save the day.
Yeah.
I got that.
I just
thing
don't think
wrote
they
that
needed
you
it.
wanted me to.
I don't think it was needed, but
Yeah.
but I'm trying to put
In
all-
marketing terms, they're going to
I'm
use
trying
it.
to I'm trying to put all the elements that we have and
Yep.
not add anything.
Yeah.
Just rearrange what we had.
Yep.
And so you
Can
give
we
Gru-
introduce Cad Bane in like episode
No, see-
3?
See, I want to add Cad Bane in episode 1,
Yeah,
and so while Fett is delirious, he's having those flashbacks
that's what I would want
of him as a kid that he can't beat him. It's always this looming thing that he can't beat Cad Bane.
Well, they need to set up some kind of context.
Right? They don't set no context.
Oh, it's
up.
garbage. The
And
Pikes
they-
are garbage too because there's no context.
Right, and
so your
right,
solution is good.
Right, and so this builds that, and then when Bane shows up, Fett has a crisis of conflict. I don't know if I can beat him. So basically, what you do is you get the ending of Tombstone.
Yep.
You get
There you
Wyatt
go.
Earp's moment
Versus
where he
Johnny.
can't beat Johnny Ringo. He can't do it, and who does it? Finnick. Finnick's your Doc Holliday in this situation.
I love it.
Better.
Not Mandalorian. Not Din.
Nope.
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 No,
No.
because
It has
then
to be
you
somebody
lose.
put-
Then you've deviated from. So the challenge is are we telling a Boba Fett
Fett
story,
story.
or are we telling a Din story?
Yeah.
story.
So right
It's
now it's a Din story.
So you make Dan in this situation would be Sam Elliott. So
yeah, but he's got some cool scenes.
right,
Yeah.
but Mando gets some cool scenes. So you give him some cool
Yeah.
scenes.
Yeah.
You let him shine a little bit. You give him a whole episode.
I would-
but because look, I like the last episode. I don't have nearly many problems. The sprinkles are fine with me.
Yeah.
Because the whole season to me has been garbage. So I wasn't expecting a miracle turnaround.
right.
But I will say it stuck the landing. It's a crash landing, but it's in satisfaction. Okay, I buy it.
Yeah.
I'm not. It's earned.
Right.
It's earned for me
Yeah.
in the context of what we have.
Sure.
I'm okay with it. It didn't deviate too. It gets there. It's sloppy as hell, but it gets
Yeah.
there. And I'm sorry, nothing's cooler than Fett and Mando doing that like 2-gun shit in the
Well,
whole
straight out of Desperado.
straight. I'm like.
And
Actually, straight out of Desperado.
Which,
Yeah.
and I'm
Yeah.
okay with because that's what Rodriguez is good at, and that's why
I
I want
agree.
him to do that. I want him
But
to
the
do those
razzle
things.
dazzle with the knee missile. Come on.
Yeah.
It was great.
And look, I know you don't like it, but I like the black guy spinning for no reason to shoot a guy. I'm all in.
that's John Woo stuff.
I'm
yeah.
all.
It's dumb, but whatever.
I'm all in for it.
I would agree with your point if Fett, once he becomes the daimyo, he never takes off his helmet. So then when Cad Bane rips that some bitch off, there's a moment there.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
I have a problem with him taking off his
I
helmet
don't-
because it takes away the whole mystique of the character. Like,
see, I don't have a problem. Well, we all know what he looks like. That's the thing.
we already. Yeah.
so you've shown it in yours, your linear order. You're
Right.
setting it up. So once he becomes now he becomes the mysterious Boba Fett again. He reclaims his character. That's what he did. He died,
Right.
and he has to reclaim it. And now he's new.
I buy it.
So he puts it on, and then when Cad Bane rips, because that shot's really pretty emotional if you
Yeah,
look at it.
yeah.
The way he rips it off, that is great. That is a great sequence. But there's no, it's not earned.
No.
we never got there for any
Because
reason.
we don't get that. We don't understand the relationship. They tried to say, well, "You're not a young kid anymore. You're an
Yeah.
old man." I was like, "Yeah, none." Like we know, but the average person doesn't know. Right. And
But
never-
maybe the average person doesn't give a shit. Is what
Right.
I've come down to. Terms
maybe
with.
not. But
Maybe not.
But the problem is that it doesn't take a lot of show real estate just to.
Easy simples.
Yeah, simple.
Especially
Very
since,
fixed.
Makes it stronger.
Especially since they were already doing young Boba flashbacks. Why-
Right, you're so close. You were so close, and then they decided to leave that alone, and like,
So kind of thinking through it, if you look at the block of stuff, like the first 4 episodes mean 0. They don't actually do a whole lot. That's what I was
No.
saying. If you actually took what we had
Right.
and we edited those, you could go linear. You're going to have to put some kind of wipe effect in there because there's massive jumps of time.
Yeah.
So you put a wipe in there to kind of time and place, and you literally could build it out linear, and I think it would actually play really well. All the way even into the Mando sequence, though I would arguably cut the montage down, have him flying, see the Grogu bit, cut that way down. Like anything with Ahsoka needs to go.
Yeah.
And then it comes back around.
She
So
doesn't. She doesn't
I
add
wouldn't
to
even
the
have
story.
the Luke stuff. I'd have like one little Luke piece. Just a little piece. I don't even think you have to give him the armor. I think you can get away with a lot of stuff.
The armor's important.
I think
No,
it's
it's not.
I think giving
What's
him
important about it? When was it used?
It's important in terms of storytelling.
it's
I completely disagree.
no. I think it's important for him.
It's the choice. It's
The
the,
choice.
symbol of
It's
the
a
choice.
symbol.
You don't need that yet, though. This is the story of Book of Boba Fett. That should be saved. The choice should be in
well,
Grogu's story.
But unfortunately, you have it, and so it's
But you can cut it.
no because it.
Then
Then,
why
why
does
does Grogu show
Grogu-
back
How does
up?
Grogu show up?
And you
Yeah.
can't cut Grogu.
No, I'm not saying cut Grogu. I think you literally send him back. You bring him back. The Mando never even asks on the show what we have content-wise. He doesn't say anything. He's not even shocked. He's in the middle of the battle.
No,
So
he's happy to see that he's wearing the armor because he does see that.
You don't need that. You still don't need it. The kid jumps up in one of the cutest Grogu scenes in history and hugs him.
Right.
He's like, I'm glad to see you too, pal. Done.
Right.
We're moving on with what we have. I've edited lots of movies. I'm just telling
I
you,
got
you
you.
can
I
cut it
feel
out.
you. I feel-
I think, to your point, I love your. I mean, if someone would linearly do it, you would actually have a show that I think would make sense.
If
There'd be a couple of little jumps, but it
no,
would be.
but if they were honest with themselves and say, hey, look, we want to make the Magnificent Seven, which would have been great.
Yeah.
Instead of
As a
going
framework.
Yeah, as a framework. Instead of going, oh, the last episode, let's do the Magnificent Seven. I mean, that's the real issue with it.
So here's the thing that I was going to say about Ryan Johnson.
Oh,
And I have to absolutely admit this. To me, not story-wise, which a lot of people have a tough time separating. I don't give a fuck about the story elements. I don't give a shit what happens in the shows. Creative to creative, Ryan Johnson blows. This creative, and I hate that movie, is at least coherent and tells a story.
is it though?
No, it is. It's coherent. It moves.
Is it though?
It's slow moving from A to B, but it does it. And when it tangents, at least the tangents circle back. Unlike this, where they barely make any sense of doing it. Right? They set them up. They earn that tangent. I hate it, but they earn it. So in fairness, Ryan Johnson made a better piece of Star Wars content fluidly, not creatively, fluidly more so than anything that was in this to me. If I look back on it, I just found myself. I was maybe more entertained with the fucking Last Jedi.
Are you gonna go
than
back and
I-
rewatch it?
No,
You sure? You want-
I'll never rewatch this either.
You should watch them back to back just to kind of compare.
Nah, can't do it.
You might have to watch episodes 5, 6, and 7 just to catch up before Mandalorian season 4.
Yeah.
No, I won't. I don't care. I really like that. I'm telling you, I'm done. Like Obi-Wan's great because it gives me a break from the shit show that I just like. That
Until
it
you see
pisses me off.
Not and a Mandalorian, not the Mandalorian.
But I'm not.
just a
I'm not
Mandalorian.
wowed by Grogu's cuteness. Like I'll kick a baby. I don't give a shit.
Easy, Wayne.
I don't know. I don't know. I get to the point where like they do those close-ups on his eyes, and I'm just like, damn it, he is cute.
Oh my God. I thought Danny's everything female about her was going to explode every time he cooed.
All right.
No, the best.
She's over on the
over
couch
him.
going,
I'm
The little
totally
one-
over him.
Yeah. See, I think.
Yeah,
it's
but you don't
the
like
girl.
kids.
you will also kick babies. Got it.
Yeah, you
There's
also
that. There's
you also
that.
kick a baby. So
Me and Steph kick babies.
you're in Drew's camp. I got you. I feel you.
Just the one on the one that I do like is the right when when it's always in the ship or he does when he sees her when he sees the
Oh, Pelly.
Pelly.
Pelly,
Yeah.
yeah. He's like,
And can we just say, how horny is she?
Oh God.
Going for the
Nice
the
head
major
tails.
domo.
Not right now. We're in the middle of something.
We ain't get time for that. Was like
Yeah.
she is. I know you don't like her.
No, but she's growing on me. and
God,
it
Pelly's
pisses
like
me
one of my
off.
favorite parts of the show
It pisses me off that I'm starting to enjoy.
because she's great. It's. I mean,
There's actually, so I did want to bring up something that's good from this show that I think is fascinating for the Mandalorian series. Not the Luke stuff, it's
Yeah.
partly all that. Why, and I'm asking, and I have my thought on it. Why was Grogu so happy to see Mando?
because Luke won't be touching him inappropriately anymore.
Hey!
Won't be unrepressing his repressed
Monks,
memories.
not Catholic.
Do
he
you,
touched you where?
so here's my thought process. I think that Grogu has been like everyone who's ever basically been around him has abandoned him,
Yeah.
except for Mando,
Who abandoned him?
Yeah.
who abandoned him, and then Grogu was like, enough with that, and he came back, and then they had that moment. Like Luke abandoned him. Luke abandoned him. He had a chance to care for him, but he chose something. So like, I think there's a nice character note there, not for Luke, but for because I refuse to spell Luke Luke anymore. It's all you. Even when I text other people that are Star Wars.
Seen it.
Yeah. I think that's a great character note. That could be something really interesting in season 3. A child dealing with a whole lot of repressed dog shit.
Well, if you recall, I've already outlined what Mandalorian the next season's going to be.
Yeah, please. I wanted you to say this for the show.
Yes.
All right. Picture this. This is Mandalorian season 4 because that was season 3.
Sicily, 1912.
Right. All right.
Sorry, Golden Girls joke. I had
After this year, because they've already filmed or are filming.
no. They wrap in March.
They wrap in
March.
So next year we get the Book of Max Rebo.
Oh dear, yes.
Follow the tale of a survivor whose only care is his next show. Okay.
Never miss a gig.
That's right. We have a story. I see him more as a worm tongue trope, like whispering in the ears of power. Okay. Always surviving.
It's in Boba Fett's here going, you never miss a gig.
He was the power behind Jabba. He was the
You
power
really
behind
love
Jabba.
like really crazy offset characters pull the strings, pull the strings.
It's
And Jabba's there going, eat you, job.
Yeah, he's whispering the best deals and
Roll
moves to
Tide.
be. That's why Jabba was so successful. So in the season, we follow Max as he looks for a new puppet with loose strings, and of course, his next gig.
Because you never miss a gig.
That's right. The spell his music weaves is based in the Force. He just doesn't know it. So when he plays, that lets the bosses become more susceptible to his suggestions.
Who knew funk would have that much power?
Jizz.
Jizz.
I'm sorry.
Jizz.
Jizz.
The name
That's
of that
what they're
music
calling
is
it.
Jizz.
Also,
They called it.
also, like it's been like we all in unison. with
Yeah.
Jizz, and you didn't know.
Yeah, it's been called Jizz
Just since the 70s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Jizz music.
Because George didn't want it to be called jazz, so he's like, I'll switch one letter, and he never figured it out until.
Yeah,
A little late.
so
Why the I and just not an O? Jaws. Anything else?
because
Swim-
his buddy Steven would have gotten mad at Jaws.
Fair enough.
Circle gets a square.
Jim J. Buck.
All right,
God, Jim J. Bullet needs to get on Cameo because I got to get him on the show.
I've got more, but at this point, who cares?
I like the
I care.
idea of a
Okay.
Max Rebo show.
So it's his whole species. Like his whole species, through their art, can access the Force. They just want to create art, but he does know that beings are more susceptible to suggestion after the show, after a show. It's how he gets the best rates after all, and the perks. Green M&Ms, 60 to dancers. It's all perks because of the music allows that suggestibility. He finds himself in a weird city shaped like a ring, playing a gig in a skeezy cantina in the underbelly. He says he's a Mandalorian. He doesn't recognize the color of the armor, but this one's big and blue. Or purple. What was Vizsla's was blue, right?
Yeah, right. Colorblind.
Yeah.
It's blue.
Okay.
I like
I'm asking you.
Oh my God! The blind leading the blind,
Literally.
folks.
After the gig, he starts talking to the now suggestible Mando. This Vizsla tells him of a covert, and thus the tale begins. And of course, Din, Grogu, Ahsoka, Luke, R2, Boba, Fennec, Cobb, Cad, Omega, the Bad Batch, Rex,
Omega.
Ezra, Kanan's ghost, and Luke's reanimated left hand foil his clock.
I'm all in. I'm all in for all of this.
You write it, you direct it. I'll be Rebo.
I don't want to carry that weight.
You just had a whole plan to fix it. You
After
can do
Robert
it.
Rodriguez, I think anybody can do it.
I
That's
have
true.
faith in you.
I'll be Luke's hand.
Well, Kevin Smith
Yes!
keeps saying he doesn't want to do one. I think Kevin Smith needs to do like a cantina show. I'd fucking watch the hell out of it. But he's like,
I thought he was going to do our Cheers
would wanna
remake.
be
I thought
on
he was going
that.
to be cheers with that, but he won't touch. He got burned real bad on Masters of the Universe, and so he's like, I'm just
Rightfully so.
Going, oh no, Masters of the Universe was great. Don't even.
It was garbage water.
no. You just
I
don't
didn't like the
things.
first one, so
You
I
I
didn't
don't
watch
like
the second one.
anything.
You just don't like things.
I don't like anything.
He just wants to go downhill on a hill.
I just want to go down on a hill. YouTube channel.
Yeah, I know you want to go down on a hill.
That's right. No.
Boy, what? Bobby, you want to do what?
Jizz.
I like that one. I like that one guy's channel. The anti-hero Star Wars guy. That's him. That's the only guy. Star Wars Theories garbage. Star Wars Explained garbage. Gamers and Geeks, they're really garbage. Geeks and Gamers, sorry. Geeks plus Gamers.
I was like, what did I do?
Oh, I know, right?
I like Gamers and Geeks. Geeks plus Gamers. Garbage.
My Star Wars life.
Not garbage.
Thank you. Because you.
Unless Drew's not here that week.
Then it's garbage. Junk it.
This has a 7.6 rating on IMDb.
Sprinkles, because people like sprinkles. That's what I'm telling you.
Well, that was my rant last week. That's why I ranted on last week. I mean, if you want to watch me yell, and literally,
You should put a link right
I got
here.
a lot of people. I've never seen Scotty so
Oh, yeah.
mad. It's
I had
great.
friends be like, "Is your friend okay?"
I was like, I was mad, but I ain't wrong.
There was nothing wrong with what you said.
So I ain't wrong.
There's nothing wrong with what anybody says. You know,
You like opinions.
Yeah.
it's just Caleb's. It doesn't matter,
Right.
Because he likes too much.
I like Caleb's.
Caleb needs to have one
like
negative
Caleb.
opinion. Yeah, I like him.
He did. He doesn't like Resistance Season 1. That's a Star Wars hot take that he's got. Hey, look, that's one. That's the best we can. He's young. He's not as nearly jaded as any of us.
He definitely does not have the salty years ahead of
No.
him yet.
No, he does have them ahead of
I mean, with him yet.
Just 12 years from now, he could be like all of it. He just
He's going to be like, Star Trek. Watching that.
He'll have a podcast where I'm doing the first watch of Star Trek: The Next Generation.
oh, I'd do that with you in a heartbeat.
Have you watched Star Trek?
I do watch Star Trek. It's been a while, but I do watch it.
I watch it way too fucking much.
I love it.
Love Star Trek.
I do too.
Yeah, it's really good.
Star Trek. I like Star Trek.
Trek.
It's boring.
So was Book of Boba Fett.
Except for
I like,
5 and 6.
I like my
They
Deep
were
Space
great.
Nine, and I love my Lower Decks.
I love
Lower
Lower
Decks,
Decks.
yeah.
Lower Decks.
Lower
is
Decks
great.
is so damn funny. Makes me laugh. Well, that's the end of Mando Mondays.
Thank
What are we,
God.
so,
So,
what are we going to call? We're just going to go back to my Star Wars life for Obi-Wan?
No, I think we'll still do that.
Jedi
show.
Jews? Nope.
no.
Nope.
Whoa!
That was close.
That was Jedi Saturdays.
I think I'm gonna call them Obi Mondays.
Obi Mondays. Ooh, that's good.
Obi-Wan days.
Obi-Wan
Obi-Wan days. Obi-Wan days. All right, Obi-Wan days it is. It'll
Or slap.
March 25th is when we get that.
Yeah, March 25th.
So
I'm so lightheaded
I
right
hope
now.
actually hopefully all three of us
Yeah,
will be at Celebration.
And I'm predicting by
all
the
four
time-
of us. Hopefully all four of
yeah.
us will because we'll be at Celebration.
I'm gonna predict
find
by
out.
the time this
When is that?
May 25th.
May 25th is when it starts.
Oh.
So Celebration starts 26th. So it's the day before.
Okay.
I'm gonna make a prediction. I'm betting by the time this episode airs, we'll have seen the trailer.
Well, now Scotty can prove that right or wrong by doing it at midnight just to win the bet. You're like, boom,
Well-
it's 12:01, Mando Monday, eat it, Caleb.
Well,
Is it going to be all on Tatooine again?
Yes, because where is Obi-Wan at?
Because it's cheap to film there, and if he no, I'll have
We'll
problems.
get flashbacks.
I will have problems if he leaves the planet.
Same.
Eh.
It goes against his character.
Oh, well, you're going to defend that shit, and you'll let Luke and all these other guys go against
I
their
don't think
character.
it- I don't
But
think it does.
Because at least they can try to get a right once, and I
nah,
don't,
he can leave the planet and come back. He's
I-
like, Uncle Owen Aunt Beru, you're just a kid.
I
can
think
leave.
he's going to absolutely fight Anakin, and so he'll have to leave the planet because Anakin won't know that he's on Tatooine. He doesn't know Obi-Wan's
Yeah,
on
I think
Tatooine.
that he's supposed to fight Vader.
And I really think that there's a fight that's not a flashback between them.
yeah, I think it's a real.
There's only 4 episodes?
because he has to
Yeah,
know
it's
because
it's
he
a
has
limited
to
series.
because until I think in episode 3 he doesn't know that he's more machine than man,
Yes, you're right.
and so he has to find out that he's more machine than.
And
Wait, doesn't he know when he wakes up and goes,
no, Obi-Wan
Obi-Wan
doesn't
know.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Vader.
And
Yeah,
there-
Vader's like, I don't know if I'm more machine. What is this?
and
Oh, yeah, I know another joke. Real quick. Never mind. I'll remember it in a second.
okay, and the line,
RoboCop.
last time I saw you, I was but the student. Now I'm the master.
Right.
He's not a master when they fight on Mustafar because he had just gotten all that bad news.
Right.
Right. So like, but he wasn't a student either. So they have to have this fight where, a la Twin Sons, where they meet and Obi-Wan beats the dog piss out of him, And it's like you're still a student.
Oh, I want Vader to beat the shit out of him.
No.
I want Vader to win that
I-
fight.
I-
Vader
No, he
needs to win
can't.
that fight.
No, that's
He
why
can't.
he wins the fight in.
That's that.
Yeah,
In A
that's
New
what-
Hope.
that
I
was-
mean, I don't know
yeah.
anymore. It doesn't.
Well, he
matter.
doesn't even win that
Okay.
fight.
No,
They don't
he
follow
doesn't.
Obi-Wan
logic.
goes, "You can have this."
They don't
Right,
follow
he-
story logic anymore, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, so no,
Oh,
he,
Anakin will never beat Obi-Wan.
I need him to beat him.
Need
you
is a
both
strong
you
word.
could both have it
Yeah,
because
that's a
they
strong word.
literally don't follow story right. They don't follow the myth that is created. They don't follow the story. They just do whatever they want. Sprinkles.
No, okay. So now Vader's
That's
gonna
what I
kill
want.
Obi-Wan,
That's like a hot butterscotch fudge.
There you go.
and the brother Obi-2 shows up, and that's Ben.
Okay.
I don't know if you were the one saying let's just make up crap.
No, I'm not saying they. I'm saying they make up crap.
Obi-2 is a very good pilot.
I know, but it's Obi-Wan's twin brother Ben.
Who's the pilot for the Naboo Royal Guard, I guess.
Yeah.
And that's how this fighter gets to Tatooine.
Oh, see, I like it. I'm there.
So
And he's like, "Why am I here?
What was
Watch that
long,
kid."
There was a long, beautiful thread that occurred inside of our little chat group that just got more and more obnoxious, and it was delightful.
That was our prediction of this episode.
It was absolutely amazing.
It was obnoxious.
I am happy that they did not bring back Han Solo.
Yeah.
Harrison wouldn't do it. And
No,
you
they don't need him.
No, they
you
don't
use
need-
Ansel.
So
Uncle Gore.
So
what's his name?
The one. I don't know if they would. The one uptake
Not right now, anyways.
that was interesting from not what they have face replaced. So interesting. I do think it's a good note to bring up. I watched a lot of Star Wars.
You're covering your face from the camera.
I
It's
wanted
okay.
to.
I changed cameras.
I watched a lot of Star Wars
He has his own camera now.
essays. Yeah.
Okay.
And on a lot of those essays, one thing that brought up that I thought was kind of interesting is that if you look at the first, the original trilogy, they did not really focus on the technology at all. Lucas got a little sidetracked when they started focusing on the technology and those. Though there's more practical shots in Phantom Menace than there were in Star Wars, like practical effects. There's way more in it, and I do feel like the face replace thing with Luke was extended to show off the face replace technology when they didn't have to necessarily show it as much as they did.
Which brings up to a point that, like, it reminds me of Simone
The movie,
with Al Pacino.
yeah,
That's where we're at now.
yeah,
Lucasfilm proved that we don't need actors.
yeah,
If we have you, we can make you.
yeah.
And that's frightening.
It's when they get the audio right
Right.
that we're in big trouble. Which they have the Photoshop of audio; it exists. I've
It's-
heard it.
yeah.
They're,
I mean,
but this
But they
they're
episode,
banned
playing-
it
they're
because
playing
it's so
with it.
dangerous.
this episode was close, way better than it was the season finale.
100%.
Yeah,
And so-
because season finale Mando he looked like he came straight from Battlefront 2.
Yeah, he looked rough, and hopefully they'll go back and fix that because it's Lucasfilm. That's what they do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll go fix it. Hell, they may have already fixed it. We hadn't noticed it yet.
Yeah, they
because
might- yeah.
they're the type of, like when they
On
replaced
Disney Plus, they do it all the time.
Yeah, they'll sneak it in.
yeah, well, like when they replaced Ian McKellen from Sam Witwer's voice in Rebel, the opening of Rebels.
Yeah.
Or season 2, they just didn't tell anyone. They just did it.
They also changed the after credit scene of the last episode of WandaVision.
Yeah.
They like redid the entire scenery behind Wanda and didn't tell anybody.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah.
this. I gotta go back.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen it.
Yeah.
I have to go back and watch
I
it.
wonder if they'll hopefully do something similar for Clone Wars season 5 with that Darth Maul ending because I hate hearing Tim Curry as Palpatine at the end of that episode.
It's not Tim Curry at that one.
At the end, yeah, he says the last line.
Is it?
Yeah, he says the last line because it's during that episode that they say "Rest in peace."
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I guess we'll never know. Will we?
yeah.
Did they cast Thrawn yet?
Nope.
No,
I hope it's not this
not
Ray
publicly,
Stevenson.
anyways.
I hope it's not the Ray Stevenson guy.
He's so old, and what's he gonna do? Sing about squirrels?
I don't get that. He was from Vikings. I don't know.
You make me sad.
I'm sorry.
Okay, not Ray Stevens.
I know. That was
Ray Stevenson's in Rome, and he's awesome.
Yeah.
No,
Tight as
he's
full-
great.
Tight as
I just
full.
don't know if he.
No, he's not.
It's not gonna
I
be
hope
him.
he's not Thrawn.
No,
I thought it was gonna be what's his name's
Lars
brother.
Mikkelsen.
Yeah.
They
Lars.
haven't confirmed that.
no one's
though.
confirmed. But
But
Ray
it's-
Stevenson's awesome. And
He's a villain. They just confirmed that.
and
That came
Sabine
out
killed
2
him
days-
in
Yeah,
Rebels.
yeah.
Which means, so if we
He
get
could be a voice.
Which
I mean,
here's what I'm happy about. So if they got Ray Stevenson is coming in, then we can get Kevin Kidd in too as Finn Rao, because Kevin Kidd like a couple weeks ago was like, I'll happily wear some
I
armor.
love Kevin
And I
Kidd.
love Kevin like Side note: if you've not seen HBO's Rome,
Oh, it's so good.
them two together is like the best duo, and I would love a Star Wars show of that.
Yeah.
Just Titus Pool and Lucius Verena's going around fighting Jedi all day.
Oh yeah.
I'd eat that shit up.
I just was curious because Ahsoka's the next piece that is interesting to me.
Oh, you're not excited for Cassian Andor?
Not at all.
I can't wait to do Cassian Tuesdays.
Peak on that is 0, which might make it good.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't expect
Yeah, no
anything, then
expectations
who cares?
equals...
Well, after Book of Boba Fett, I have no expectations going forward, or current concerns, or cares.
Hey,
I'm going to open a spite store. That's what I'm about to do.
As long as he can go down a hill.
I just want to go down a hill. That's all I care about.
Wants to ride his bicycle.
Bicycle.
That's it. Just straight
I
down a
want
hill.
to ride my bicycle. Want to ride my bicycle. He didn't like Star Wars either.
Then why did he come in on Vader's shoulder?
Right? I thought about that too.
I don't know.
Freddie Mercury, if you...
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
I was telling them, you didn't... Are you okay?
No, I'm not a huge Queen fan.
No, I'm talking about your...
He doesn't like. We've learned this
You
episode.
don't know Ray Stevens either? You've never heard of the Mississippi Scroll Revival?
Nope.
Seriously.
Does he have a beard?
Yes.
Maybe I can remember his face. Does he sing another song?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
The Streak?
That's the song I would know.
It's me again, Margaret.
It's me again, Margaret. This book, which one keeps falling over?
Phantom Menace.
Phantom Menace, makes sense. That tracks.
Hey, these books were provided by my mother, and so now they're
Thanks,
set.
Mom.
And they're in Scotty's current favorite order.
Yeah,
from
current-
his
The Scotty
favorite.
cut.
Attack
Scotty
of the
cut.
Clones is the greatest movie ever. I don't know why it didn't win 10 Oscars.
Because it wasn't the last one.
Hey, do you ever think about? Does they show that Jango Fett's head comes out of the helmet?
We have done this on this show with you.
I think Drew just wanted to be on my side of an argument once.
I mean, he picks it up and nothing comes out.
I have done this on the show with you. I showed you what happens. I showed everybody. I'm not pulling it up again. Yes, I don't know why his head wouldn't just blob out.
Well, that made me quit Star Wars too. Somebody please.
This is Scotty saying this is our contribution to the multiverse. Go out and make yours. And this is the way. I don't know where we're at now.
I, strangely
Hey, the
enough,
Schwartz
didn't
would-
know you were going to say that. And may the Schwartz be with you.